Hello and welcome to Magical Travel Adventure. I am Lauren, your host, and today I'm going to be talking all about Caribbean Beach Resort at Disney World. Hello, if you're new here, I am Lauren. I am a travel advisor and I specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, and cruising. And I help you prioritize the vacation you want and not give you the vacation that everyone else gets and finds on the internet. So, today we are going to be talking all about Caribbean Beach Resort at Walt Disney World. This is a moderate resort, and spoiler alert, it's my favorite moderate resort. So, I'm super excited, and this video is really to help you. Like, is this the kind of place that I want to stay? Is this somewhere that would help me when I'm at Walt Disney World? I'm doing a whole series on all the different resorts. So, this is a great opportunity to see what the Caribbean Beach Resort is like and if it is for you and your family or group, however you're going. So, if you've never been here before, I love a good slideshow, I love some pictures, and I love a good map. So, this is Caribbean Beach Resort. This is what it looks like when you drive up. Now, I said that this is a moderate resort, so this will have certain amenities that not all resorts will have at Walt Disney World. We'll get into that. So this is a map of Caribbean Beach. It is one of the larger resorts at Walt Disney World. And it's important to know that because that is one of the cons. No matter what resort you stay at Walt Disney World, there are going to be pros and cons. So this is to help you set your expectations and understand what it would be like to stay here, if this would be good for your family, and to know those cons so that you can preemptively work on them before you even get to the resort, or that you are aware of them so it doesn't, interrupt your whole day. So here we are at the Caribbean Beach Resort, and there's different sections. So over here is the main building area. So this is Old Port Royal. This is where you would check in, where the quick service location is for food, where the gift shop is. Outside is this pool area that's over here. And there is a bar area and something like that. But there are no rooms right here. So that's important to know, to understand that it's an outside resort. You are going to have to walk or take a bus in order to get to this main building, no matter where you stay. There is no special place that there's a magic room right here where you check in. So Martinique is the closest area, and so is the Barbados area. So those two are the two closest ones. Over here, in the back over here is the Riviera Resort. It's a newer resort. So sometimes for Martinique and even the Aruba section, going over to the Riviera Resort is closer than coming over to the main building for Old Port Royal. So now that we have these other two sections, the Aruba and the Jamaica section, and then this last section is the Trinidad section. I'm actually going to specifically be talking about this Trinidad section because it's kind of unique. There is a quick service location, and it's not like a huge quick service location, but there is a quick service location located here. It is also close to this Skyliner stop. So the Skyliner, which I'll show you later, is a transportation method that will get you both to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. Now, this is the main hub, meaning in order to get to Hollywood Studios and Epcot, you have to get to this station. So if you are coming from Pop Century and Art of Animation, you're coming through the Skyliner here and transferring either to the Hollywood Studios line or continuing on to the Epcot line. If you get on here and you're at Caribbean Beach Resort, there's no transfer that you need to do. So to get to either Hollywood Studios or Epcot. So that's kind of a nice thing. There's also the best part about this whole resort is that right here, there's also a little Joffrey stop, and it's like a little coffee place. Joffrey's is the coffee that's at Disney World, and this is my favorite spot in all of Walt Disney World. I love this Joffrey stop. Even when I'm not staying here, I try and go there because I love it so much. I love just being able to grab I don't drink coffee, but I do drink tea, and I drink tea. We grab a huge donut because they have donuts that are like bigger than the size of your hand. and we grab a donut and we eat that on the way to wherever we're going, if either it's Epcot or Hollywood Studios. So it's super cool. So I really like this Trinidad section, and they have new types of rooms that they are rolling out, which we'll talk about as we get later on. Okay, so let's get more into Caribbean Beach. That was a fun map. So this is the Skyliner, like I was talking about before, and it's going over Epcot, going over Caribbean Beach. Okay, this over here is the Riviera Resort. So we're on the other side of where the main building is, the old Port Royale. And these are some of the rooms. So yes, if you are staying in some of the rooms, the Skyliner is going right over you, and it is amazing. So don't worry, it's awesome. And you can see Epcot right over there. So that is also cool. So some resort basics are, this is a moderate resort. Like I said, we have value, moderate, and deluxe. So this is a moderate resort. There are standard, preferred, and mermaid rooms. Now you can't really request mermaid rooms. This is March of 2023. At this time, you can't request those mermaid rooms, but I'm going to show you what they look like. At this location, they have a quick service, table service, and lounge. There are 5 different pools, 5. So that's a lot. And the transportation here is Skyliner and bus, and we'll go over that exact in a little bit. So at all Disney World resorts, there are certain amenities. Everyone has a bell service front desk. They have the transportation to the parks, quick service dining. There's multiple pools, an arcade, gift shop, and activities at the resort. These things, how much is offered is going to vary depending on where you're staying, but this is a great option for you to see what is offered at all the resorts. Okay, so let's talk about the rooms. This on the left is a standard room. Now, this room can sleep 4, but they have this thing called a 5th sleeper, where right here, or you can see it better in this picture, but right here there's a pull-down bed. So it's a single, I wouldn't even say it's a twin bed. That's being generous. But it's a pull-down bed, and it's meant for a smaller child. No one who, I'm 5'8", I would not fit comfortably on this pull-out. So it's meant for shorter, smaller children, if that helps you. So you can either have a 4-person room or a 5-person room. You have to request that 5th person room when you're making your reservation. It's one of the options that you have to choose in order to be guaranteed that 5th sleeper. Of course, then there is that bathroom area too. So in this standard room, you can close this and the bathroom area is here. And then you have these 2 areas here that are also here. Then we have these little mermaid rooms. These are brand new. These are these brand new rooms that they used to be pirate rooms. They got rid of the pirate rooms. I'm kind of sad because I really liked those pirate rooms. But this couch area, if you pull this down, this is another bed. So you would pull this bed down so 2 more people could sleep here, 2 more people could sleep on this queen bed, and then there would be someone who could sleep here. So you'd fit in 5 people. This will be in that Trinidad section, so be aware of that. If that's what you're looking for, we can request it at this point, but we can't guarantee that you would get this section. It went backwards. Have you been here before? It happens. All right, this is what the bathroom looks like. You have your 2 sinks, you have your shower, and you have your toilet in here. This is a door here, so the door obviously does close, if that wasn't clear. This is the quick service dining. This is back in that main building. This is Centertown Market. So this is where you can get that quick service. You can mobile order in the morning. You can grab this as you're getting onto the bus, or make someone come down here in the morning while you're all getting ready, or at the end of the night, any time of day. Now, this is Spyglass Grill. This is that extra quick service location that's offered just in that Trinidad area. Now, anyone who's staying at Caribbean Beach can come here. It's not like specific to anyone staying here. What you do need to know, though, is that if you're staying in the Trinidad area, you don't have to go all the way back to the main building. You have this option for your quick service, and I really do like it. The table service restaurant is Sebastian's Bistro. It is a seafood location, and it is a dinner location. It's a great option for you if this is someplace that you want to eat. This is, I think, an entire reason to stay here. This is Banana Cabanas. This is the lounge area, and I love this lounge area. It is so much fun. The pool area is over here, but if you're sitting in here, you're looking at the Skyliner going by, it's just like a cool vibe. Caribbean Beach, the resort, just has a different vibe than other resorts. If you're used to staying at a quick service, at a value location, you know, it just feels like hustle bustle, like we got to get to the bus and we're all out and things like that. Because Caribbean Beach is more spread out, it doesn't feel as crowded. No one's rushing around. Okay, so it's more of a relaxed feel. So if you're trying to force yourself to be that non-type A person and not be so scheduled, this might be a good place so that you're like seeing like, hey, I'm the only one rushing around. Maybe I can calm down, and it's okay if we're like 2 minutes later to catch that bus or to get the next Skyliner. It's okay. It's super hard for us type A people, let me tell you. All right, this is that famous Joffrey stop that I was telling you about. So this is the Skyliner here. If you're walking behind the Joffrey stop, that's how you're getting up to that Skyliner. This Joffrey stop is amazing. You can see there's like menu items here that you can do. Sometimes they have specialty drinks here. It's amazing. What else can you say? The Calypso Trading Post is where you can do some shopping, and they definitely have some Caribbean themed things here. So there is normally pirate stuff here. These are the right by the main building. So this is the main pool area. It has a water slide, as you can see. This is the kids section, which is right behind this, closer to, this is, the Calypso Trading Post, so it's right by the main building. And this is cool pools. Now, this is one of the 5 pools. The rest of the pools are all just like basic, here's a square with some water in it. It's a pool. Nothing fancy to it. But it's nice having those quiet pools. We like to go to the quiet pools sometimes. My son needs that time away that isn't as loud. So those quiet pools are sometimes a good option for us when we've been in the parks all day, or just when we need kind of a break from the noise, but still want to go swimming because it's Florida, so it's hot. Okay, talking about the transportation. So transportation to get to the parks. For Epcot and Hollywood Studios, it's going to be the Skyliner. Now, if you are afraid of heights, this might not be the place for you to stay because there really aren't buses that go from Epcot and Hollywood Studios to Caribbean Beach. They want you to use the Skyliner. Now, I've had clients who are super deathly afraid of heights, and some of them have been fine and others have not been okay. So you need to make that decision if you can handle it. One ride to get to Hollywood Studios, it's probably like a 5-minute ride. And to get to Epcot, it's probably like a 15-minute ride. And it's probably going to stop at some point while you're on it. Not for very long, but it will do intermittent stops for like a minute or two and then keep going. You do share space on the Skyliner. So it doesn't mean that if you're a family of 4 that you won't be sharing it with someone else. There could be other people that are coming on the Skyliner also with you. If you are going to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, or Disney Springs, there is bus transportation in the front of the, there's different bus stops, which I'll get into in a little bit, but there are different bus stops because the resort is so large. So sometimes you can get on the bus in a bus stop that's close to you, and it's going to be going to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, or Disney Springs. There are also internal stops. These internal stops are to help you to get to the different areas on the resort, but you could get onto a Magic Kingdom bus and not even notice it. So make sure that you're looking what the bus says on it so that you're following what it is, where that bus is going. So pros and cons. The pros of Caribbean Beach are you have access to the Skyliner. It does make a huge difference. Ever since the Skyliner has been in, when I go with my family, we always stay on the Skyliner. It is easier. It is awesome access. It's just kind of fun. It's like a different way of, the bus isn't as fun as the Skyliner. So this is definitely more fun. The calm and feel of the resort is so different than a value resort. It's calmer. You're just there's no rush. People are just getting to where they're getting. There's not so much urgency as there is in the value resorts. They do have fifth sleeper options. So if you're a family of 5, this is the best option for you. They do have great dining options, and you're so close to the Riviera that you can walk over there or take the Skyliner. You could take the Skyliner over to Epcot, and even if you're not going to Epcot, you could get off and go to the boardwalk area and get food there, or over to Beach Club and Yacht Club and eat over there. So there are different options that you have for eating that are easy to get to. There's lots of pools. So there's pools that are near each location and then over by the main building. And like I said, it's near the Riviera. Some of the cons are it's a large resort. So you have these internal bus stops. So sometimes to get to the Magic Kingdom, you're getting on your bus at one of the internal stops and it's going around to all the other internal stops and then going to Magic Kingdom. So you could be on the bus for over an hour before you even get to the Magic Kingdom. And maybe you've already waited 20 minutes for the bus to show up. So now you're talking about an hour and 20 minutes just to get to the Magic Kingdom. So it's something you need to think about if you're going. I often have a car when I'm staying at Disney World, no matter what. Parking is free again at Disney World. It doesn't cost any extra. So I choose to take a car because it's also free to go park at the parks. So I like the car. It's just easier with a child in case I need to leave quickly. I have that option. Some of the rooms are just really far away. So you just need to know that the distance it's kind of there. The old rooms are much more dated than those Little Mermaid rooms that I showed you. So it's not super simple always to stay in a room that doesn't look as nice. Now, reasons to stay here. There's so many reasons to stay here, but the top reason is that Skyliner access and those families of 5. This is a great option, probably the best option for you if you are planning to go to the parks. You really have that ease. It's just so much nicer, I think, than so many of the other resorts. The Skyliner totally changes everything, and it's such a joy to see it, to ride it, to watch people ride it. It's a lot of fun. Banana Cabanas and the Joffrey stops are super helpful. There are no other Joffrey stops really at any of the other resorts. So this is like the only one. Banana Cabanas, I just feel like is different than a lot of the other lounges that are inside that sometimes feel kind of stuffy and just feel like you couldn't bring your kids there. Banana Cabanas is like, hey, it's outside. It's kind of by the pool. We got food here. We got drinks here. Everyone's kind of welcome. It's not so segregated as a lot of the other lounges are. This is definitely if you want some resort time. Like this is a resort you really want to enjoy, and it's definitely that elevated experience out of a value resort. So what my clients have said is they absolutely love that Skyliner access. I love it too, if you haven't heard. The rooms are nice, but they are worn. That is also my feeling there. I just think that those rooms really need a refurbishment. And when they do, that's super important because it would make those rooms even more desirable than others. They love that pool bar area. That is like a reason people go there. And it feels more like a resort vacation. Now, there's something in here that I didn't talk about that could be a major con. So if you're going to be staying at the Caribbean Beach Resort, the buildings are 2 levels. So there's a first floor, ground level, and then a second floor. There are no elevators in any of these buildings. So if you are a person who cannot do stairs, it is super, super important that you have to call that in. You have to have that noted because you cannot obviously have a room that is on the second floor. If you're coming in a scooter, in a wheelchair, or if you have like a double stroller or things like that, and you're like, I cannot deal with that and going up the stairs all the time. It's really, really important that you have that noted in your reservation and you have to request it. And there's different ways that you can request that too, but it's super, super important that you have that in there because there's so many ways that it will ruin your vacation if you are on that second floor. So, all right, tell me what your favorite part is about Caribbean Beach or what questions you have about Caribbean Beach, and I will answer them in the comments. Until next time, I will see you on Magical Travel Adventure. Bye.